come here every Saturday morning to play and to create. You might notice my voice is a little bit off. My whole family has come down with a lovely cold this December. If there's a bright side, hopefully it's that this is this week and not next week leading up to Christmas. So I will take it now and hopefully be done with it and well for Christmas. But I do apologize. I know my voice is definitely not what it is normally. But we're still gonna have fun. We are still gonna make a beaded bracelet today. And this is the sample of what the finished piece looks like. And so if you've seen my other classes, because this would be too long to do in one of these live shows, it would just take too much time. We'd be here for a couple hours. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a sample swatch. So we'll do a couple inches of it, which lets us show how to start it, how to bead it, how to finish it, and how to add the clasp. So we'll be able to see all the steps of the process with a shorter swatch. And Thaisa's here helping us today, and Gina, oh, thank you, and Kat and Kara, hello, good morning. I know, this just came on at like 8 p.m. last night. Not quite sure what it is, but hopefully we get through it quickly. Hello, Monique. Good morning to you as well. And Linda. Oh, thank you, Linda. And Laura, good morning. And Connie, hello. Yes, so we're just going to pretend my voice is normal. I know it's very crackly. I do apologize. Good morning, Millie and Gina and Denise. Hello. All right, so I actually really like this design. It was one of those surprise designs. I've never really worked with these Ginkgo Leaf beads before. So they're a 2-hole bead. You know, I usually do super duos, gem duos. The Ginkgos are kind of new to me, so it's fun to see how they fit together. And they're really neat. So even the center one is a Ginkgo as well. And you can play with, if you put them upright or down, creates really neat patterns. So I am definitely gonna walk you through this bracelet. It's not hard. You know me with my bead weaving. I try to like simplify it. So it's not gonna be hard to do, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Oh, hello, Teresa in LA. Hello, and Kathleen and Amy. Good morning, everybody. So it is morning. It is 8:02 a.m. on the Pacific Coast where I am. I'm in the Los Angeles area. So early afternoon for those on the East Coast. We're approaching lunchtime. So wherever you are, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, put them here in the comments here on Art Beads, and I'll do my best to answer them, or Thaisa can as well. Oh, good, Laura. Okay, I love Laura's comment. She says, I'm excited for this class. I have Ginkgos and no clue what to do with them. Perfect. I think that this is kind of what I was thinking as well, because I haven't worked with them either until I made this bracelet. So I'll be able to share some tips. And then for those of you who do have the Ginkgos, I'm just been like, well, what do I do with them? Hopefully this will give you some ideas, because you could also make this into an earring. So not only will you have the idea of a bracelet, but an earring as well. Oh, hello, Maria from El Paso, Texas. So we are also streaming on Facebook and YouTube. A quick note about that is I can't see your comments live. So if you are posting comments, definitely you're more than welcome to. They just don't show up on my screen with how this platform works, but there's a link in the description of the video you're watching. If you click on that, it will take you over here to Art Beads. And then when you comment, I can see it live. Oh, good. So I see my first tube of Ginkgos arrived yesterday. Okay, perfect timing. And Christy from Minnesota is -5 degrees. That is so cold. And Carolyn saying, oh, I have Ginkgos but never done anything with them. Okay, good. All right, so if you guys have any questions specific to Ginkgos, I will do my best to answer them. They are new to me, but I did figure out this design. And then any other questions, please feel free to ask. As always, everything you see in my show is preloaded into that shopping bag. So if you click on that shopping bag icon, it is your curated collection of everything you see. I think I added a few other colors of Ginkgos that I thought were really pretty. And then there's so many more on the Art Beads website. So if you want to look at other colors, definitely poke around there. There's a lot to choose from. Oh, hello, BJ from snowy Ohio. I love it. And PJ from Florida, and Karen. Good morning, you guys. Or good afternoon, because I see some of you guys are on the East Coast. And Lou, oh, thank you, Lou. I like this one. This, like I said, this was a little bit of a surprise. I had a notion on how it might look finished, but it wasn't quite like this, and I really like it. And here's what the clasp part looks like. So a really simple, easy closure as well. So again, you can look at that shopping bag for color name, quantity, price. You can add it right to your shopping cart from there. You can post comments on here. And then there's the floating heart and the little share icon, which is the arrow. And then if you ever want to come back and watch this video again, maybe you've got ginkgos, you want to take it slower and bead along with me, you can do that as well, because the replay becomes available shortly after we say goodbye. And then Taisa is giving us a good reminder that we are having day 2 of our 12 days of Christmas. So stringing and wire is on sale today, so that's cool. And we're gonna have a giveaway too. So we're gonna give away one of those wonderful bead soup mixes, and you'll get to pick the one you want. So that's fun as well. All right, I'm gonna pop down my camera and we're gonna start beading. Oh, thank you, Deanna. Oh my gosh, I know I just sound awful and I'm really sorry, guys. But it is what it is. It's that time of year. All right, I wanna show you guys the finished piece up close, and then I'm gonna show you the ginkgos. We're gonna talk about stringing material choices and all that good stuff. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. Yes, I'm drinking a ton of water. I am definitely taking it easy. Soups, water, all that good stuff today. So here is our finished piece. We're going to use 3 different colors of ginkgos. We're also going to use a 4mm fire polish. So that's going to be the edging. Now I'm going to show you when I do this that you don't have to put the fire polish on. It actually is a little bit of a different look if you don't. And I couldn't decide if I liked it better with or without. So I'm going to show you both options. Then for the closure, it's really simple. We're just going to add a few little seed beads and a magnetic clasp. And then as you can see, we're just playing with the ginkgo shapes, linking them together. And we are going to do a sample swatch here today. For our stringing material, we're using Wildfire 0.006. For the color combo that I want to do, I think gray is best, but I think I'll use black because it's just easier to see here in these lives. But there's black, white, and gray Wildfire available in this size. So just pick the color that blends in best with your beads. And then, let's see, so you'll need 3 colors of ginkgos. The ones that I used in this sample bracelet here were bronze crystal. This one's neat. Gold splash jet. So they actually have those little gold flecks on them. And then this was really pretty too. Polychrome orchid aqua. So those were the 3 colors that I used to make this, along with a just classic jet 4mm fire polish, and then just a little gold magnetic clasp and some 11.0 Toho round jet black beads. And all of those are in that shopping bag if you wanted to see specifics on them. But this was the color combo for the sample. And I know I love this color combo too. I'm a little hesitant because I think I like this color combo maybe a little bit better than the one that we're going to do here in the show, but who knows? I kind of am curious to see if I'm going to be surprised and like the other one better at the end of the day. So for the sample for the show today, we are going to do more of like a fall palette. So we're going to do a dark bronze ginkgo. We're going to do a luster metallic limon, which is a really pretty kind of golden yellow. And then I can't decide if we want to do opaque turquoise Rembrandt or if we want to do matte opaque turquoise Rembrandt. So it's really interesting. They look very different. And I was thinking I might do the matte just because these are so shiny to add a little contrast. And then I was going to do this little clasp in antique brass. So we're definitely going with more of a harvesty palette. And then for the side beads, I thought these ones would be really pretty. They're falling off the strand, but I thought that would look really nice. So I think that's what we're gonna do for our color palette here. I also did pull a dark bronze bead as well. So we could keep it with the dark bronze family, or we could do this lighter color here. You can even do something even lighter as well. So basically you'll need 3 colors of ginkgos, 1 4mm fire polish color, and a couple little seed beads and a clasp, and then we're good to go. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, I'm glad you liked this combo. Now, if you were going to do the full bracelet, you're gonna need 2 yards of your stringing material. So you'll need 2 yards of your Wildfire, 72 inches. I'm gonna do a sample swatch, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit less. But just keep in mind for your actual one, you'll need the full amount. All right, I'm just gonna cut kind of a manageable amount. And I'm gonna spread out my beads. And then I found this pretty little seed bead here, which is Permafinish Galvanized Golden Fleece. So that's a little Toho Round 11-0. So kind of your classic accessory beads here of the little 11-0s and the 4mm fire polish. And then you just pick your favorite color of your ginkgos. And you're only gonna need actually 8 seed beads for this whole project. So not a lot of seed beads. All right, so what we need to do, oh, thank you, Carolyn. I play with it for a while too. What we need to do is we need to decide what is our center color. And our center color, if you saw this one here, was the black. And then we accented the side with the black as well. So it kind of balanced out that black in the design. So I'm almost thinking our center should be this color because it's the most vibrant. So I think that would look interesting as a center row, having these on the outside, and then we can have this nice lighter bead on the outside as well. Oh, snowy Indiana. Ooh, that sounds nice. I am very jealous of everybody's snow. I want snow. I'm not gonna get it here in Southern California, but I can drive about 45 minutes and I should be able to see some here soon, hopefully. All right, my little trick for getting lids off is to use the chain nose pliers. We're just gonna put some of these out. I'm gonna show everyone who's not familiar with a ginkgo what it actually looks like because it is a very different 2-hole bead. Oh, good, Jackie. Okay, good. Yeah, I was playing around a lot with this color combo, trying to figure out what to do. Okay, so ginkgos. This is a ginkgo. This is a little ginkgo bead. And let me pull out my needle so I can show you the whole orientation. I'm gonna be using, you can use a 10 or an 11 needle for this. Both work totally fine. But let me show you where the holes are. So the holes on the ginkgos, there's 2 of them. There is one. I might as well just pop out a second needle so you can see this better if you're not familiar with ginkgos, because it is a little bit more of an unusual bead. Like I said, we use a lot of super duos and gem duos, but we don't use a lot of ginkgos. I have a ginkgo tree. Actually, I have 3 ginkgo trees in my yard. So this is kind of fun to work with this shape because I see this shape in nature all the time here. All right, so here are the 2 holes for ginkgo beads. So if you see where their holes line up. And it's interesting because I did not realize that. I actually thought they were going to go this way. So it was fun to get these and play with them to see where those 2 holes line up. So that is our basic shape that we're going to play with. Now there's no front and back. Both sides of these ginkgo beads look really good. So there's not one side that's more rounded and one side that's more flat, like a gem duo. A gem duo is going to have a flat side and a rounded side. But with the ginkgos, both sides look really good. Now you do have to pay attention to how you pick them up though, so that they sit properly in your design. So that is something you do have to do. Oh, you've never seen a ginkgo tree. Oh my gosh. They have these really, well, at least this time of year, really, really bright yellow leaves, and they're all falling right now. Yeah, they're beautiful. And we thankfully have, I don't remember if it's the male or female species of the ginkgo tree, but ours does not produce the berries. Our neighbors have the other, and it produces these berries that stink. They smell so bad. They smell like a trash bin. It's pretty crazy. And we were actually at the zoo last weekend, and they had ginkgo trees, and they had signs saying, "What is that smell?" And then they had a little educational thing about the ginkgo berries and why they smell so bad. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start by putting your needle onto your thread. And I got 2 needles here. Let me get one. All right. The female has the berry. Okay, thank you, Susan. Yeah, it's quite a pungent smell. I will say that. We always go on walks and we try to make sure we don't step on any of the berries because we don't want that on our shoes, because you would definitely smell it in your house if you stepped on them. Okay, we're gonna put one seed bead on, and this is gonna be just our stopper bead to get us going. And make sure you leave a tail of about 8 inches to weave into your design later, 8 to 10 inches. And then what we'll do is we'll go through it, make a little loop, and then this is in place of a knot because you can just pull it on or off and slide it to where you need it. Now we're going to pick up our first cluster. So we said we wanted the yellow in the middle, so we're going to pay attention to that. And I'm actually going to put this right here to follow along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm going to go down through it. So the little point is facing up, and you are going to pick the color thread that you want that's going to blend with your beads. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using black, but it does come in gray and white as well. Ooh, great fans are mermaid tails. That is a good idea. I think they also look like dragon scales. They're kind of a fun, whimsical bead. Okay, we're going to go right back up through that one. So this is what we've got thus far. So there's just a little thread bridge right there. Now we're going to pick up our next one, and we're going to do, let's do green. So I want this, see the curve right here? I want this curve to just sit into that curve. So I'm going to check which way I'm picking this up. So now I'm just going to pick it up through this hole right here and slide it down. Okay, so now I've got my first 2 beads, and they're very wobbly at this point. Now I'm going to do another yellow because I want it to sit like this. So it's almost like a puzzle you're putting together. Dragon scales and mermaid tails. I love Saturday cartoons. Me too. I feel like we get more whimsical on the Saturday morning cartoons. Like I feel like it's all, like we did the fairy garden and we did the snowflakes. I just feel like it's all really fun and whimsical. Okay, so this is our next one. If you can see how that's looking. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the second hole, and we're almost done with our first cluster. Okay, and this is interesting because once I get this a little bit more put together, I'm going to tell you a different way you could do this as an alternative, but it kind of made my brain hurt. So this was the way that worked for me, but there is a different way of stringing this. Oh, hello, Mary. All right, and then what we're going to do is we want another green to fit right in here. So you're just looking at how are these going to fit together, and then you're going down through the needed hole. And so we're going to go through that hole and then right through here too, but we want to kind of kick our little bead stopper off to the side. So we're not going through the bead stopper, and in a minute I'm going to loosen that bead stopper. All right, so this is our first little cluster, and what I'm going to do so that it sits better, I'm going to take my bead stopper, just kind of give it a little bit of extra space to pull it off to the side, and then tighten up my beadwork that I've done. So this is cluster number 1. So that is how we are beginning our little Ginkgo Leaf project. And we do multiple passes through these, so you do see the thread bridges a bit here. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go up through the ginkgos, all of them that we've already put in place, all the way up through. So you see this whole side, I'm running my line through. Okay. So now we're ready to add our next ginkgo, and you're just looking at how do you want it placed. And so this one, we want the curve to go like this. So we're going to pick it up through that hole. Okay, so now we're going to take this one and place it right here. So now we've got that one in line. Now we're going to go ahead and we are going to pick up our next ginkgo, and the next ginkgo is going to be this one. So we've got a center core of that mustard color, and you're just looking at it and how you want these placed. So now we're going to pick up this one. And this video will be available on replay. It will be saved and archived because this is definitely one of those patterns that you're probably going to want to go back and review the video on how exactly to do this. Because I know it's a lot of like placement of certain beads at certain positions. So now what we're going to do, we're going to add another green one. And this one again, we want going this way. So it's easier to remember, all of the ones that are this color here are going up. All of the ones that are this color here are going facing down. So you're repeating that pattern. I'm going to put this one on. Okay. Okay, so this is what we've got thus far. Oh, thank you, Laura. I try to go really slow with these because I know it can be confusing for sure. Okay, and then we're going to add another yellow. And again, just kind of look at your design. You can even put it on your table, lay it out, see which hole you want to go through, because it is, you know, these 2-hole beads, it is important which hole you go through unless you're using super duos, which is why we love our super duos, but it is fun to branch out into other 2-hole beads. Okay, so now we've got that one right there. Yeah, they nest really nicely together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through this one and go down. Let me see if I can adjust my lighting any here so we get rid of one of those shadows. Okay, that's hopefully a little bit better. Oh, good, Mary. Definitely just take it one step at a time. I do try to come up with designs that are actually not that complicated. They're just following the steps. And hopefully there's not too many steps because it's usually the same steps on repeat. So once you've done it a couple times, it starts to make sense. All right, and now we need another one of those greens. And then you just look at your design to see which way it needs to be facing. Oh, oops, you guys, I made a mistake. I was talking too much. I put my green on wrong because I put my green facing down. So I'm just gonna undo that. I was having too much fun talking. Okay, just gonna take these off because my green is going the wrong way. So all of whatever color you choose, in my case, it's green, go in one direction, and then the other color all go in the other direction to have, let's see. I was hoping I'd just be able to do that without taking my needle off. Okay, let's go back. Okay, let me put my needle back on because I did that in the wrong direction. Oh, from snowy Alaska. Hello, Dawn. What is your temperature there? Okay, sorry about that. So if you do that, just undo your work like I did and then re-put it on, restring it. And we are still going to have that giveaway today. So for anyone who's joining us a little bit later, we are doing a giveaway today for one of those beautiful bead soup bead blends. So we'll do that here once we finish up our bracelet swatch. All right, so now we're ready for this one. So again, just look at how it's supposed to go. We're going to put that on. And then now we're ready to round our corner again. So you see the greens are all facing one way. And then when we eventually add the other bronze, it's going to be facing that way. So now we go back down. And now we're going to add another green. And we're going to make sure it's going the right way. And then we're also going to go through our other yellow. And you're making little clusters and anchoring them as you go. And then in a minute, I'm going to explain how you have an alternative way of stringing this, which might be easier for some. It hurt my brain, but maybe for others, it's a good idea. All right, now you see we've got this gap where we're missing this one. So we just need to string it in place. So just go through the side hole of that dark bronze. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually go all the way down through, again, all of our beadwork. So we're actually going to go all the way down through. And this is what is also going to make this bracelet very, very secure. Okay, so now we've got all of those, and we're rounding this corner one more time. And we're going up through again. So you're doing a lot of multiple passes in this one. And that's why I do want to share there's another way of doing this. Okay, and then we're going to keep going until we're exiting our main ginkgo. All right, and now we're back up top. All right, so we've got 2 full clusters in. Now, the alternate way of stringing this is if you look at this, this is literally just a strand going in this direction and a strand going in this direction. It worked easier for my brain to secure each section at a time. So like when I build out the next section, it's going to go up through here, and then it's eventually going to go back down through here to secure. We're done going through this one. This one's done being gone through because the next one will anchor to this one. But you just literally have 2 straight lines right here. So if you can, and if it doesn't hurt your brain, you literally could just do 1 strand all the way up, 1 strand all the way down, and that's all you would have to do. You wouldn't have to do these loops around. So I hope I'm explaining that right, because let's do 1 more cluster and you'll kind of see maybe what I mean a little bit now that I've said that. So we're going to do the bronze. Okay, so you see it's just that side line. Now we're going to do another yellow. Okay, so they flip around. You'd have to watch how they're flipping. And now we're going to do a green. And I like this color combo. It is turning out pretty. I was hoping when it worked up that it would turn out nice. Okay, and now we're going to do another yellow. So in theory, if you wanted, and it would go a lot faster, you could just keep doing this all the way up. So all the way up, you could keep doing that. Did you miss a hole on the bottommost gold? Oh, did I? Oh, right here. This might look a little off because of this. I could have, though. It has been known to happen before that I've missed a hole. I don't see it on here. It might look a little off because of this, because that's kind of kicking it out, which we're going to remove in a little bit. All right, so here is this here. So like I said, if you wanted to, you could just keep going. How would you make it wider? You could definitely make it wider for sure. You would probably, you know what? You would do it in the next step. Let me get this finished. And then when I add my seed or my fire polish, I'll show you how you can make it wider because it would be the same spot that you would do it. All right, so we're going to go down through here. And we're going to add another green. All right. And then we're going to go through here. Yeah, you could. You could definitely do that, Kara. You could lay it out on your bead board and just go up through it and then down through it. So that might be easier too for a lot of people. I don't know why, but for some reason it made more sense for me to do these little clusters as I go, but it is more work to do it this way. All right, so in this one, we're going to go down through here. And there we've got all of those, but we have to work our way back up to the top. So to work our way to the top, what we want to do is we want to round another corner, and you want to do it at a nice, easy spot. So we're going to do it at this nice round right here. And we're going to now go up through it. Yeah, so because it is really just 1 strand in each direction, you definitely could do it that way. You would get the same exact look for your project. Okay, now I'm just going up. Got that tail in the way. And you see it created a little thread bridge right there, but if you pick a thread color that matches, it'll be okay. And we're just going to keep going up. And keep going up. You just want to make sure you're always exiting the center top ginkgo. All right, so either which way you do it, you're going to get the same look. So here is what we've got so far. This is our sample swatch. And so this is where I felt like you had a choice. I actually think it's really pretty having the scallops. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to add the beads on the side. So you see how it really changes the look if you have the fire polish. So this is something that you can just choose. You can either finish it off right now. You don't have to have these fire polishes in here, or you can add the fire polishes. So it's really a very different look. I also thought this could be a very pretty little earring as well. So you can make this into an earring. Maybe you stop it here, whichever you want to do. But I want to show you how to finish this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to be adding a magnetic clasp, and we're going to add our side beads. So my magnetic clasp went somewhere. Okay, here's my little one right here. Yeah, thank you, Laura. Yeah, I feel like it looks really good and interesting with and without the side fire polish. Okay, so to add this clasp and the side fire polish, and this is also where you would make it wider if you wanted to add more ginkgos, but we'll start by adding the clasp. So this is my sample swatch. You would have beaded the entirety of your bracelet. We're gonna pretend that this is a full length here. You're gonna pick up 2 11-0 seed beads, your clasp, and 2 more 11-0 seed beads. Okay, and then you are going to go back down through this ginkgo and this ginkgo. Let me show you. We're going to go back down through this one and this one. Okay, and when we go through those and you pull it, that is your clasp attachment. So if you aren't going to add any more beads, you're actually done. What you can do at this point is you would just start to weave it in. So if you don't want those side beads, that's done. And then here you would just do the same thing and add your clasp to this side. Oh, hello, Debbie. Yes, this is definitely one to watch from the beginning. This is a little bit more complicated one, so this is something to watch from the beginning for sure. So let's see what we're going to do here. And I just realized something. So these are ending here, and I needed, I just realized something in my pattern that I should have ended with these because I wanted another scallop here. So I'm going to have to problem solve that. Because on my sample piece, if you can see here, up by the clasp, you see how the tops are rounded, and here the tops are rounded, and then over here the tops are also rounded. So, did I do that? What did I do? Okay, down, down, down. Okay, guys, I found a fault to my design, a mistake that actually made my design easier. Okay, so you see here, know how I've been saying make sure all the same colors go the same direction? Here we've got the polychrome going the same direction, same direction, same direction, same direction until we get here. And then my polychrome is going the opposite direction, only in that one instance. But funny enough, that one instance made it easier to do this side work. So that's interesting. So I guess what I'm going to say is on your end row, make sure that whatever color bead you have is actually facing down, because you want the curve to be a nice curve like this. See this curve here? So you see how it's all curved right there. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Hopefully I'm explaining this okay. So I should have flipped those so that they were facing this way, so I had a nice curve. I'm going to pretend that that is what happened, and I am going to go around here. We're going to have a kind of an awkward thread bridge as we pretend, but that's just sometimes life because I already anchored those pretty darn good. So now we're going to go over here on this scallop, work our way up until we exit this bead here, which in your design is going to be facing the other direction because we need to get to this hole. And it's really easy to get to this hole if you have this curve for your thread bridge to sit on. But we're going to have a little awkward thread bridge because we're just going to go down through here pretending that that's what that is. So that thread bridge is on that point, which I don't really like because it can slip. So that's just life. We're going to pretend it's the other way. And here is where, if you wanted to make it wider, you could. Now you could add another ginkgo in here. And this is the part you would make it wider. I'm going to add the I'm going to add the fire polish. But if you wanted to, you can add another ginkgo all the way through this side, all the way through this side, and it's going to be quite a bit wider if you see how that would look. So that's what you would do, is at this point add that other ginkgo. But I'm just going to add a fire polish. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up a fire polish and go over to the next hole. And it sits right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add another one, and we're just going around the edge. And we still do have that giveaway we're going to have here soon for one of the bead soup mixes, which will be fun. This color combo is really looking pretty as it worked up. This one didn't look that great before I worked it up, and now I'm absolutely in love with it. Okay, pick up another fire polish, and these are 4 millimeters. Oh, hello, Ilka. Definitely watch this one from the beginning. It's a little bit more complicated than some of the other ones just because you have to pay attention to how you pick up the ginkgos. There's no front or back to them, but because they've got such a distinct shape, you have to make sure you pick them up in the right direction. But thankfully, there's not a front or back, so at least that takes some of the guesswork out of it. Okay, so there we've done an entire side, and what you can do is at this point, you can choose how you're going to work your way over to here. So whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, but if you have another way, definitely do it. Basically, you just need to get your thread over here pointing in this direction. And so we're going to go like this. It's always like a little bit of a maze, a little bit of a puzzle. Okay, now we're here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down through here. And we're going to go down through here. And now we're going to jump over this little thread bridge. And we're going to run our line on this side. Okay. Oh no, Ilka, I just saw that you are not feeling well. I am so sorry. Definitely the winter season feels like all these germs and everything increase. Okay, here we go. And you see how we're just adding that 4 millimeter fire polish in between the gaps. Okay, and then here we go, last one. And then once you've done your last one, you are ready to tie off your thread. Oh, good. Okay, so now you're ready to tie off your thread. And remember, in your design, I made a boo-boo. In your design, this last row is going to be facing the other direction. So it's going to be the one off for your design. See, look here. in our sample piece. See how both sides have that nice scallop going this way. And that was honestly just a mistake of mine that happened to facilitate a really easy connection method. So just remember that you'll have to have them go both so that they're facing with the nice curve here. All right, so we're going to pretend that that was the case, and we would just jump over our curve and start to weave in our tail. So just go under, like you do for all your bead weaving projects, just slip under a thread bridge, make a little loop, tie it off, tie it, pull it, go through another hole. These are the holes you've already created, or the pathways. Sorry guys, I'm a little off today, I know. Between my voice and this cold, my brain, it's just a little foggy. So hopefully this is sounding okay. Make another little knot. After you've done it in a couple different places, you can trim your tail. So just take your scissor and trim your tail. And then what you'll do is you're gonna go back over here. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, I think there was a weird thread bridge right here. Oh, okay, because I saw that comment earlier. I was like, I can't see it. Yeah, I probably made a weird thread bridge right there. I don't know what I did. So hopefully I explained it properly and just did a weird boo-boo. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Laura. Yeah, the whole family's got it. It is what it is. But yeah, it's definitely a rest chicken soup day for us here. All right, so all you're gonna do to finish this is you're gonna take off your bead stopper. This gives you your nice 8-inch tail. You're gonna go through right here. Yeah, something definitely got caught. All right, so you're just gonna go through this bead here, add 2 seed beads, the other half of your clasp, 2 seed beads, go down through this hole, weave in your tail, tie some knots, and you're done. Yes, Karen, I love that. No such thing as an accident, just interesting surprises. I love that. And then when you're done, after you've done that, this is what you've got. So here is that closure method with just the little seed beads. You've got the scallops on both sides, and this is your finished piece. And definitely think about whether you want these fire polish or not. It is really an interesting look as well without the fire polish. And then here is what it would look like in this other color palette, but there are so many different colors of these ginkgo beads to choose from. So just pick your 3 favorite colors. And I think put like one of the most dramatic ones in the center is interesting, but here the polychrome is not in the center, and that could have looked cool striped down the center as well. Oh, that's a good idea, Oma. That's a very good idea. Yeah, in case I ever wake up and have no voice. I think I should do that. You are absolutely right. So here are the 2 different colorways. Lots of fun you can have with this. You can adapt it to an earring. You can make it wider, play with this idea. And then if you don't want to do the clusters, try just stringing it all the way up, all the way down. I love the idea of laying it out on your bead board and then just running a line up and a line down. So more than one way to create this pattern using these pretty beads. All right, and for anyone who didn't catch the beginning, the replay will become available just as soon as we say goodbye. So then you can catch how you would start this project. But I want to do a giveaway. So we're going to give away one of these beautiful bead soup mixes. And there's actually one other one called Lunar Witch. And I used it in a video earlier this week, and I can't find it now. But there's a pretty purple one too, and it's there in the shopping bag if you want to see it. So this is our beautiful greens. And what we'll do is we're going to do a trivia question. First person with the correct answer posted here live on Art Beads will win one, and they get to choose which one they want. There's 5 to choose from, but we thought it'd be fun that you get to choose which mix you want. So here's the green, which I think is my favorite because I love that color green. Beautiful blues. And Thaisa is putting up the banners right now. So be thinking which one you want if you win the giveaway. This is Tropical Citrus. I love this one as well. I like those like rose beads in there. Hearthstone. So this is a really good wintry fall palette. And then, like I said, there's a purple one called Lunar Witch. So that's another one to choose from. So these are your choices, and then purple as well. So if you do win this, just let us know which one you want to be sent to you, and we'll send you it. Okay, guys, you have to be here on Artbead. So anyone over on YouTube or Facebook, please pop over here real quick, because I'm about to say the question. Thaisa will be looking for the first correct answer. All right, here we go. In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, what did my true love give to me on day 2? In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, what did my true love give to me on day 2? All right, post in the comments here on Artbeads what you think the answer is. And Thaisa is going to find who said it first correctly, because I see a lot of correct answers right there. Congrats to our winner, Gina L. Congratulations. So if you email support@artbeads.com, you will be sent one of these mixes. Gina, congratulations. So you can either put in the comments right now which mix you want, or definitely when you email service, that service@artbeads.com, then you can put in the comments which mix you want. So congratulations, Gina. I love Christmas music too. I know, I've been playing it so much. I like the classic Christmas. We have like one of those players in our house, you know, and I'm always saying, play the classic Christmas songs. I want Bing Crosby. I want Frank Sinatra. So congratulations, Gina. Pick out your favorite mix and then send that email and we'll send it out to you. All right, guys, I'm going to pop up the camera and say goodbye for today before I get myself a cup of tea and some chicken noodle soup. But thank you for joining me, even with my raspy voice. And then I hope you have fun playing with these ginkgo beads. They're really fun. I love just how they work up with those scallops. And I do think mermaid scales, dragon scales, lots of fun stuff. Oh, thank you, Connie. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna do some resting today for sure. All right, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for bearing with me with this crazy voice. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. For anyone else who is feeling under the weather, I hope you feel better soon as well. And thank you guys for all the well wishes. Thank you, those redheaded boys are sick too. The whole family got it. We are all knocked down, which I guess is good. We're just going to hunker down, watch Christmas movies, eat soup, and that is our weekend. Thank you guys. Take care. Enjoy. If you want to watch this video again, the replay will be available in just a few minutes. Definitely, it's probably one of those bracelets you'll want to kind of watch the replay it. You can always share the video to yourself as well with that share icon. So then you've got it kind of archived in your own files, which is handy as well. So thank you guys. Take care. Enjoy your week.